Oh my goodness. Hello, rockers and Mercuryans. We are live. Just making sure we're all good first. Got my little handy dandy backup phone over here. I got three phones. This phone is just like my old phone. Um, and I just keep it on the stream so I can know that nothing wonky is happening. So I can know nothing wonky is going on. Ooh, what the heck? Okay, there we go. So we're good. Looks like we are good. I see right there. Whoa, there I am. Okay, so it's working. All right. So what's up, Combat? How you doing? Combat said Alpha. Hey, hey, hey. What's up, my food? Ooh, I sure do. I just have my food. Today, salad and pasta. Rockers and Mercury. And this trigger warning. Trigger warning. Trigger warning for this episode. Double trigger warning. One for the passing of Liam. And the other part for which we're going to touch on shortly for the beginning of this episode. The other part of the trigger warning is for the extreme allegations in this Diddy lawsuit that we're going to be going over, thanks to our friend Make It Make Sense. Well, not my friend. I watch him. I really love Make It Make Sense. He is an amazing content creator. Oh my gosh! Hold on, my earphones have been on this whole time. Let me go ahead and see if I can just make sure we're on the right part for that section. But how you guys doing? Future YouTuber says hi. Said, well, Liam had options. He had options of what? What option did he have? What are you talking about? Rest in peace to Liam. I don't know about peace because it's well more. All right, so this is gonna be a lot because we're gonna have our guy Make It Make Sense, Mims. Mims is gonna help us get through this court case. So hold on, I'm trying to find the right space. Hold on. This is a different one. Hold on. I'm trying to find the right case. I thought I was right on it. Okay. Here we go. I found it. I'm here. I am here. All right. So to autopsy said it was eyed. Well, I mean, it seemed like that. It seemed like that it could have been, some foul play if they discover anything else. But yeah, what should the poll be today? We need to do a poll. I love doing my polls to get y'all's opinion. Let's see. How about Diddy? Let's see. Do you think Diddy will get life? Did you think it was an eyed pill? Oh, I don't think so. I don't know about that. I'm gonna say, do you think Diddy will get life in prison? Do you think Diddy will get life in prison? That is today's poll. I'm curious to see what y'all think about this. All right, the poll is up. So what's up? What's up, future YouTuber Diddy? Old anyway. So yeah. Ooh, okay, wow. Okay. Let's get into this. I'm gonna get right into should we talk about Liam first? Let's go into Liam first just for a moment, and then we're gonna get to Diddy because the Diddy situation is a longer situation. We have a lot to get into that. So let's go into the Liam situation first. Oh my gosh, it's so sad. Okay. Here we go. Share. Here we are. Here we are. I have it up here. I think I would like to make this just so that it's covered up more of the screen. All right, cool. So I'm still gonna zoom in too. So we have I typed on Liam Payne because it wasn't a trending topic. I was kind of surprised that this wasn't a trending topic. As far as like on Twitter, I get my main stuff from Twitter, so I can go there and kind of have something safe to show you guys. But I was very surprised that it wasn't on there as one of the things. And he just passed away. He was a part of a huge group. So if you don't know already, Liam passed away. He was found on the patio of his hotel after falling from the third story room that he had. third story room. Let me go put this down here because I want to hear myself. Say that's so depressing. Yeah, it is. But this is our first topic. I just want to touch on it. So X Factor says we are heartbroken by the sad passing of Liam Payne. He was immensely talented and part of the One Direction. Liam will leave his lasting legacy on the music industry and fans around the world. Our thoughts are with his friends, family, and all who loved him. Okay. Oh crap! What the heck is this? Sorry. Press something. Okay, so this is him. A decent looking man. Okay. Now, just recently, there's been a lot of talk about his ex-girlfriend coming out about him harassing her for years and threatening that he might pass away. And now he actually has passed away. So this is absolutely so insane because what do you mean Liam passing? He was just posting on a Snapchat story an hour ago. So let's see these Snapchat stories. Let's watch these together. This is about an hour before he passed, allegedly.
Morning, everybody.
Oh, is the sound on?
Here's a little video of me. It's rude.
Y'all hear, right?
Table.
Sorry.
Do y'all hear this?
Is it your hat?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Morning, everybody. Here's a little video of me. It's rude to put hats on the table.
Sorry.
Is it your hat?
Yeah.
Children. It's a lovely day here in Argentina. This is the breakfast table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just eating an orange.
Just enjoying coffee and breakfast, even though it's like 1 p.m.
Literally, we sleep in every day until at least 12. We're such losers.
She seems annoying, to be honest.
No.
He seems like
Morning, everybody.
Definitely going on with him, but she seems.
Here's a little video of me. It's rude to put hats on the table.
Low key
Sorry.
annoying. He looks so young. Why did he have to pass? I don't know.
Children.
Okay. That's that.
Lovely day here.
Let me go to the other picture. This is. I got some time away, so he's. Okay, I don't know if that's at the hotel or not. I guess it maybe is at the hotel. Liam, you will live forever. You always be remembered and loved. I did want to show part of the scene. They had some of the scene here. What did it say? The fact that this was recorded last night, Liam was singing a Spanish song to his fan. It's so sad. You can see him smiling with his lost eyes. Oh, okay, let's see it. I've had a really close friend. A best friend of mine passed away from UAID. So I don't take this lightly, but I do want to talk about the situation. Oh, there's music playing. Doggone it.
You should keep.
Okay, there's music playing in this, but yeah, so that's him with a fan. How do I get off of this? Okay. All right, let's keep going down. There's something down here. It said Liam, an hour before his passing, he jumped from the same balcony as seen on the start of this video. Oh my. Wait, hold on.
How do you say pen in Spanish?
Let's see this video too. Yeah, he has soul family. One Direction's huge.
I feel like you're trying to make me say something rude.
Is he signing her phone? He seems very personable.
Are you okay, Liam?
He seems very personable. It's like,
Liam, you're the best musician in the entire world.
I have something to say after this. Hold on, wait till this finishes.
This is a piece of pirate.
Okay.
Jack Sparrow
And
has the
for
same one.
her,
It was great.
Yeah, very personable. It makes me kind of sad, this one. Yeah, that was really sweet. Okay, we're gonna go to this in a second. This depicts of Liam's hotel room. This is pretty dark. We're gonna go into this. Another trigger warning right here. Definitely a trigger warning here, but we're gonna talk about this in a second. So what I want to say is that first off, he was apparently harassing his wife, his ex-girlfriend. Now, when I looked deeper into this, I believe that's the same ex-girlfriend that had a huge age gap with him, like a really big age gap, to the point where she was like 24, 20, like in her 20s, and he was like, when she met him, he was like 14 or something like that. Like there's a big age gap with them. And so some people think that he was in a groom situation. I don't know. You guys have to let me know what you guys think about that. I found that very interesting. Y'all let me know. I do want to show you guys what she said. If I can find the video, maybe we'll scroll down and find that one. But let's look at the hotel room first too. And she said that the ex-girlfriend alleged that he was very manipulative to his fans and asked for inappropriate things from his fans. And a lot of his fans are very much younger, so that's an issue, definitely an issue. If that's true, he was not charged for any of this, so we don't know. But this is something that his girlfriend, who he kept calling over and over again, making new numbers, calling her, just harassing her to the point where she had to file legal actions the day before he passed away. So that's something to say. That's something to talk about right there, you know. Y'all, please like the live. Hit that like button, please. Okay, let's look at these pictures. Let's look at these pictures real quick. So we have, this is his room before he passed. This is his room, broken TV. I don't know what he did to the TV, punched it or what he did to it. Maybe he was watching the press on him, the bad press that's been going on for him. Who knows? Then we have this. Wait, I don't know why this is on here. That's not even. That's just probably this is a GIF, but I clicked the wrong thing. This is what I'm trying to click. This was on his table. That seems like a lot of bad things that should not be done. Drugs are bad, okay? You know, that's what it's very much giving. Like that's, I don't know how much longer I want to put this on here. Let me go ahead and exit right out of that because that's a lot. Then we have here some more paraphernalia in the bathtub, it looks like. I see some jets on the side. So it looks like a bathtub and some foils and powders and oil and candles. It looks like, yeah, that looks really sketchy. Really sketchy. I mean, there's a lot of rugs in Hollywood because of the trauma that people go through in Hollywood. So yeah, that's really rough right there. Let me see if I can find this girlfriend video. This is the deleted Snapchat story. Okay, let's see this one. Let's look at this real quick. Hold on, I want to hear it. Hold on. Let me zoom in. Quality time, breakfast is served. All right, so is this the hotel or it must be the hotel. So pretty, oh my gosh. Wait, can this be the hotel? There's no way. A hotel with that much space behind there? Maybe, I don't know.
When my hair's a bit.
Oh, wow, he is in shape. Oh my gosh. He is in shape. That is for certain. Or was in shape. Goodness. All right. Let's keep going. Louis' tribute to Liam Payne. So they're tributing him. I could read that, but I don't. I just want to I want to show the girlfriend what she said about this, but we're gonna wait. We're just gonna say rest in peace for now. But he has passed away. We're gonna say rest in peace because there's more I can say. But maybe we'll do another episode if she has more to say afterwards. I really am curious what the girlfriend thinks because he did threaten to unalive himself at one point to her multiple times. This is not the real video. I think this is a fake video right here. That's fake. I don't know why they even showed that like that. That's crazy. All right. The video of the person jumping out the building is unrelated to Liam. It's a zero evidence. I think it's somebody running from a fire or something. Okay, anyway. Okay, I'm gonna exit out of this one, you guys. Let me go ahead and go back to my chat here. Y'all, I'm reading all your comments, guys, so you guys can go ahead and comment anything you want to comment, any questions you have. Make sure you guys vote. All right, now let's get into Diddy because rest in peace, Liam. That is rough. Sir Brock, did you hear about Liam Payne? Tyler, I just did a whole thing about Liam Payne. TC said they planted those rugs and candles. A real addict would never scatter their rugs on the table like that. They're so much careful not to drop or lose their rugs like a R head, like a C head searching on the floor. I hear you on that, but he broke other parts of the room. So this may have been his like last hurrah kind of moment. I feel you on a normal time, maybe yes, but in the kind of space he was in to where he would shatter his TV and create havoc in his hotel, I think it's different. So the human who just joined. So I just joined. Oh, you just joined, Tyler. Okay. Yeah, I just talked about it. You can rewind. I just talked about it. Liam was suffering mental health issues. Yes, he did. He was public about that. He was definitely public about that. But also, there's apparently some really dark things that he was possibly hiding about. Is hiding. So, wait, is there anybody on Discord that wants to make a comment on this? Let me join Discord now. Okay, before I switch over to Diddy. Let me just check. Right now, I'm joining the voice chat. Okay, I'm on the voice chat. If you guys want to talk about anything about this before I switch to Diddy, you can. Said who was the person who called 911? It was the hotel manager, allegedly. And I just Tyler said it's just crazy because I remember being in elementary school and all the girls and even some guys love One Direction. Oh my gosh, Rainbow guys, right? Rainbow Diddies. I'm joking. I mean, guys like them. It's whatever, you know. They were very huge, very big group. Yeah, I wasn't that big of a fan to be honest, but yeah, they're a very big group. So, oh my, it's crazy. Yeah. Are you guys anybody joining the Discord? I'm gonna switch over now to Diddy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and switch his page out. Let's go right over to Diddy. Now, this situation is something else, you guys. This right here is very heavy. We're going to be listening to Make It Make Sense. I'm going to be pausing it throughout the live to discuss the situation. This is a lawsuit against Diddy from a woman named Ashley. These allegations are very trigger warning. Very like it is the most disturbing lawsuit I've seen on this case. So just giving you a fair warning. I may skip through this video a bit, but I want you guys to hear what this woman went through, you guys. So this is this is gonna be something else. So let me put my earphones on and we're gonna be hearing some of this. I was gonna read it to you too, but I like the way he reads it. So y'all please make sure you guys support Make It Make Sense with this graphic lawsuit. This video is called Diddy's Graphic Lawsuit Details About Baby Oil GHB Link. And then yeah, he talks about other stuff too. But this lawsuit particularly, he talks about another lawsuit in this as well. But this part is like, this is wild. So let's go ahead and react to this and discuss this because I was in shock and I have to bring this to you guys to share with you guys. Thanks to Mims, Make It Make Sense. Make sure you guys follow him, subscribe. I subscribed already. I already liked the video. So let's go ahead and check this out. Let me know if you can hear the video once I play it, okay? All right, share. All right, here we go. Oh gosh.
It's a doozy. This lawsuit is from Ariel Mitchell. Ariel Mitchell is the attorney who has been
can y'all hear okay?
What's up, Pamela? Pamela's been around since the beginning. This new lawsuit
can y'all hear?
From Erica. Erica's the one who said that one of her clients or one of the tapes she had somebody bigger than Puffy in it.
Chat, can you guys hear?
Attorney. This is she had two clients. She dropped Audra English, who was the go-go dancer. And this is the newest lawsuit that was just filed. She's not going in as a Jane Doe.
I wonder if I can make it
this one definitely needed a trigger warning.
Hold on,
we're not going to read through all of these factual allegations to all accounts. Plaintiff met defendant Shane in February 2018 after an altercation with another man at a bar, and defendant Shane came to plaintiff's rescue. While outside the bar with friends and other patrons, defendant Shane FaceTime video called defendant Diddy and was showing people defendant Diddy in the video on his phone, attempting to impress the people with his famous friend. Defendant Shane then showed plaintiff defendant Diddy on his video call, which plaintiff ignored, stating she was not impressed by him knowing defendant Diddy because she believed Diddy had something to do with the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Now, do not forget that part. Do not forget that part. Remember, like he was trying to be brag, like, "Oh, I know P Diddy. Look at him. He's on my phone. I know P Diddy." You know, giving very much that, like braggadocious. But she was like, "I don't give a f. You killed Tupac." In my opinion, in her opinion, she felt that way. Do not forget that part for the later.
Visible in the FaceTime call was Diddy and some of his children, including his sons Christian and Quincy. It appeared from the plaintiff's perspective, Diddy was having a get together at his home during the time of the FaceTime call with Shane. Diddy heard plaintiff's statement and made a remark that plaintiff would pay for her statement regarding Tupac and overall dismiss of Diddy.
Wow. 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 So he even said it there. I remember he said that too. That's going to make sense in this next part of the situation. He said that you're going to pay for what you said, accusing me of this Diddy situation. But remember, she's saying this in front of people. There's people at this bar. This is a public place or like a public party. There's people around hearing her allegations of what she feels and how she has an F with him, right? So now he's saying, like, you're going to pay for that.
So he's telling her through FaceTime, I'm going to make you pay. On March 23rd, 2018, defendant Shane invited plaintiff over to his home to assist with his cancer medications because he stated he was weak and unable to open his medications.
Wow.
Defendant Shane informed plaintiff.
Wow. He said he was weak and could not open his medication. So he lured her over there. She lured her over there. That's what it's giving me.
If he wanted to give her a ride in his new car. I don't like the way that they wrote this. Plaintiff and defendant Shane left his residence for a brief period and then returned. Once they returned, Shane left the door to his apartment partially open and stated that the door was ajar because there was an issue with the door where it couldn't close completely. Shane was renting an apartment on the lower floor of a home in Orinda, California. Shane had a separate entrance into his residence that led to the backyard of the home. The home also had a main entrance on Loma Vista Drive. Shane rented the home from a woman who lived in the upstairs portion of the home and had 2 dogs who resided with her. Shane then began to watch a movie, and Shane offered her a glass of water, which he retrieved and brought back to plaintiff. Approximately 10 minutes after plaintiff and Shane returned from their drive, defendant Diddy entered Shane's residence. Diddy entered the home in a grand, ready-to-party manner. His grandiose entrance was so loud that the dogs upstairs began barking.
Wow.
Diddy did not enter the home through the backyard entrance, but instead through the main entrance. Along with Diddy were his bodyguard, defendant Doe 1, a woman who plaintiff later identified as defendant KK, another woman, small, skinny build, early 30s.
Don't forget KK. KK is his main assistant.
Blonde,
this is Diddy's main assistant. Like they're just saying Maxwell of Diddy, basically. Like his right-hand woman. He even says that he thanks her in multiple posts, saying that he could not do anything he does without her. So hopefully she gets tied up into this lawsuit. She gets arrested. I hope she gets arrested because she seems like a monster.
Who plaintiff has still been unable to identify, Jane Doe. Defendant Doe 2, who upon information and belief is a friend of defendant Shane and Diddy's driver, Doe 3, who remained outside and in the vehicle during the duration of plaintiff's assault. Plaintiff believes Shane invited her over to set her up to be assaulted by Diddy because of the statement she made about Diddy a month prior.
A month? He held that grudge for a whole month and bribed her over there and convinced her to come over there saying he needs help just for Diddy to come in here being bragging. This is wow.
Upon Diddy's arrival, he immediately began to antagonize the plaintiff, stating that she thought she would never see him in person.
No, Tyler.
Pay for her statements about Tupac during the video call, and that Diddy caught plaintiff. Plaintiff was in shock as she never believed that she would ever see or meet Diddy in real life, let alone in a small apartment rented by Shane.
A small apartment rented. Okay, so there's 2 entrances to the apartment. It's not a big house. Sorry, it's an apartment. I was like, how do they have 2 entrances? That's usually a big house to have an entrance. So it's a small apartment in California. And he shows up to
Diddy then began advancing towards plaintiff advancing towards where plaintiff was sitting on Shane's bed with a knife and held it to the right side of her face
Trigger warning.
and threatened to give her a Glasgow smile in retaliation for her previous statements on the video call.
Oh my
So
gosh, you
what
guys.
is a Glasgow?
Now that kind of smile is something where you cut from here, from the end of the mouth, all the way up to the ear, all the way to the ear on both sides. That's what that is. That's what a Glasgow smile is.
Smile.
He's gonna look that
What is
up, but
that?
that's what it is. Very disturbing. Very,
A
very
Glasgow smile, also known as a Chelsea grin, is a wound caused by making a cut from the corners of the victim's mouth up to the ears,
Oh my god.
leaving a scar in the shape of the smile.
The fact that he even knows that name, and the fact that the Joker that Diddy always dresses as, the Joker had that kind of smile. That's why his face was like that. He had that kind of Glasgow gross smile. That's probably how he even knew the name, because that's what he dresses up as, the Joker. Yeah, Diddy.
The
Diddy
actors
dressed up
usually
as, Diddy dressed up as the Joker all the time, and this is something that y'all, if y'all want to talk about any of this, y'all can join my Discord. I am on Discord right now if y'all want to say anything. But it's this is, oh my god, this is intense. Okay, let's keep going. All right.
form with a utility knife or a piece of broken glass, leaving a scar which causes the victim to appear to be smiling broadly.
Oh my god. So disturbing.
Oh, like the Joker.
Like the Joker, yep. This is dark. Even he can't handle it. He has to take a moment.
KK told defendant that she did not think giving plaintiff a Glasgow smile would be advantageous to their potential clients who they could sell plaintiff for sex to.
Did you hear that, you guys? So the KK, who is his basically like his management, his person that works for him, like a main top assistant, is saying, hey, don't cut up the merchandise. So they're planning on trafficking her. Like, that's what allegedly that she's saying. Like, that's crazy that she'd even be there and say that. Like, she doesn't feel like that would be a good thing, advantageous. And she's like, oh no, Diddy, we have something even more evil to do to her than to cut her face up. Let's make sure we can sell her for a good dollar. Like, that is outrageous.
What?
So scary.
KK being, I guess, his chief of staff. KK told defendant that she did not think giving plaintiff a Glasgow smile would be advantageous to their potential clients who they could sell plaintiff to for sex.
Oh god.
KK then made a threat to plaintiff that they could ship her off anywhere in the world and that she would never see her family or anyone she knew ever again. Now, to my knowledge, this is the first time that anybody is really
that is terrifying.
Implicating what? His chief of staff in this way.
Yeah, this is the first time that they're talking about her in this way in the court case, where she's literally an accomplice, and in this, to traffic. That is so terrifying. They're saying you can ship you out and nobody will ever see you again. Like, imagine the levels of power you have to have, even to the way of getting somebody on a plane to get somewhere else. I mean, so many people have to turn their head and say, nothing to see here when it comes to you carrying a person against their will across the state lines or across country lines. This is why Diddy have to stay in prison.
A lot of the other lawsuits kind of say she was complicit. She was the one allegedly supplying the drugs. But
oh my god, terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Defendant Shane then partially undressed plaintiff. Then Diddy removed the remainder of plaintiff's clothing, removing the knife from her face, and then retrieved a bottle of liquid from a large fanny pack.
Diddy, guys, do you have a YouTube channel? Because if you do,
2,600 in the chat. Wow. Definitely hit the like button. We got a couple.
Oh, you're talking to Tyler.
Anitra, thanks for being a member for 9 months. I don't give two F's what public say. The court will decide. Absolutely.
Wow.
Green links. I agree, and I think it's because of what came out with Thalia, and then more people are saying both sides.
I believe Thalia too.
The sad part is they're real.
Thalia is another accuser that people are trying to say she's lying because the ex-boyfriend is saying like, oh, she tried to pay me to testify against Diddy. It's like you're the one that told her about the tape that Diddy took of his woman. This is a whole different case. I won't talk about it too much, but I think that Diddy's legal team is trying to pitch Thalia as an opportunist, and it's just not true. I really believe I believe her case too. She's being represented by Gloria Albright or Gloria Outright, whatever. I think Albright is her name, but Gloria, a really famous lawyer. All right,
real victims who won't have a chance to be heard.
Tyler said, "Yeah, I should. I don't use YouTube.
I'm really curious whether
I would like to be able
the
to
victims
subscribe.
will start
Thank you.
like
Well, thank you.
once the dust settles.
Tyler,
will the
okay.
victims be made whole? Will they win these lawsuits that they filed?
I don't think they will be made whole.
Or can Diddy do something like file bankruptcy and get out of it?
Like they've been attacked, and he's.
Taya says, "Love that you're not a tease. When you say you're coming with the mess, you never disappoint. Keep that shit up. Thank you. I appreciate.
You will find a way out of this for sure.
And thank you, Alan. Is this the Alan that I know? Thanks.
He would definitely find a way out of this.
Okay, so let's see. Defendant Diddy then squirted a bottle of liquid on plaintiff, which placed her in the fear that she was being squirted with a chemical substance like acid. Plaintiff soon realized the substance was an oil lubricant. Plaintiff was squirted with this liquid substance over the
liquid substance, baby oil. Don't forget about the baby oils. Don't forget about that baby oil, you guys. This is where that comes into play. All that baby oil, they confiscated over 1,000 baby oil containers, or at least 1,000. That's what they said in the federal raid. So don't forget about that part right there. That's super important to remember. Very important to remember this part. Listen to what happens.
The entirety of her body.
Wow. They put oil everywhere on her body.
Through the entirety of her body. Defendant KK was then told by Diddy to insert what looked like a syringe from sterile packaging into her let me just say woman part.
Wow.
Defendant KK did as told and then told defendant Diddy that she was unable to use the IUD because it had prematurely been released from its packaging. You were trying to put an IUD in this woman?
That is wild. Do y'all know what an IUD? IUD is to stop pregnancies, you guys. That is a pregnancy and contraceptive, I guess, or it stops you from getting pregnant. That's mainly what that is. The fact that he was trying to do that to get her ready, like a package, like ready to ship out, is diabolical. And also, he was trying to make sure that for what happens next in the story, that she doesn't get pregnant from him. That's what I'm believing, if this is true.
Diddy, upset by this, took the syringe from KK and tried inserting it in plaintiff's woman part instead. KK and Diddy began to argue as KK continued to advise Diddy that since the IUD had been prematurely released from its packaging, it was in no way that they could insert it into plaintiff's woman part effectively.
Oh my God.
After some time, Diddy heeded the advice of KK.
How evil do you have to be as a woman to help a man violate another woman to this level? To this level. Now, she's saying that oil that's put on her was already laced, and so she was already under the influence just from having the oil on her. And now this woman is helping guide Diddy to harming her properly. It's not like she's like, oh no, like we don't want to hurt her. Let's not put that in her. No, it's like, oh, we can't. Like this package is broken. It's not correct. Like we can't do this the way we would do it because somehow their contraceptive is unboxed prematurely. That is wild. Like, what kind of woman? Like, this is a demon. This is a demon. Let's keep going.
KK and removed the syringe from the plaintiff's woman part and handed it to KK.
Oh my God.
KK and Jane Doe then exited Shane's residence, leaving plaintiff alone with Diddy, Shane, and Doe's 1 and 2. Diddy then picked up a television remote that was near plaintiff and violently inserted it into her woman part.
He shoved a TV remote control into her? That is outrageous. Like, what? Just to show power like that?
Diddy, while violently R-wording plaintiff with a television remote, told plaintiff that her life was in his hands and that if he wanted, he could take her and she would never be seen again. Plaintiff began hysterically crying from the threats by Diddy, along with the pain of being violently R-worded by Diddy with the television remote, as well as the lingering pain from the ordeal with the IUD syringe insertion. Diddy then instructed defendant Shane to turn plaintiff on her stomach, seemingly tired of hearing the plaintiff's blood-curdling cries. This is definitely a trigger warning, y'all.
So she is screaming, blood curdling, crying, and she's in an apartment and nobody
Definitely
came.
trigger
Nobody,
warning.
well, you'll find out later that somebody does come. A neighbor does like come and say, "Hey, what's going on here?" But you'll see what happens at the end a little bit. Insane.
Black says, imagine all the victims that he was too effed up to remember, and all of those who were recruited by his group.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we hear about the ones that were in the lawsuits. We also see the ones that are slowly coming forward, and the ones that involve famous people. But I'm sure that it's probably damn near innumerable at this point.
Yeah. It's probably impossible for him to remember all the people he's
I didn't even
lives
think to say.
he's ruined.
Guys, definitely hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please
all
subscribe.
the lives he's ruined.
Last night we hit 195,000 subscribers, so we are well on our way of our goal of 200,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for being here, and thanks for having this kind of discourse, because
y'all,
like
please
I said,
subscribe.
This stuff is not easy.
Please subscribe to Mims, you guys, to make it make sense.
Not
please do that.
Survivors. Hearing it's not easy.
Rock,
so
if you
can't
click on my profile next to my comment, I should
what these people must have gone through.
Wait, what? I'm literally doing something right now. What are you talking about? We're talking about Diddy right now. Why are you not talking about Diddy?
Shane then grabbed plaintiff by her abdomen and hips and turned plaintiff on her stomach. Diddy then
you're saying it to them.
Shane
You're saying it to the other person.
over her head because
gotcha.
he didn't want to see her face or hear her cries, and instructed Shane to R-word her from the back.
Wow.
Shane did as he was told by Diddy and began to R-word her
over her head.
Diddy then violently R-worded plaintiff from the back after Shane.
And a whole bunch of men.
Defendant Doe.
He tells him to commit a crime. He does it, and then he does it right after. Diddy does it right after to her. Like, this is so heartbreaking for her. My heart goes out to this woman.
Two then joined defendants Diddy and Shane, taking a turn R-wording her from the back.
Oh my God.
Immediately after Doe 2 R-worded plaintiff, he exited defendant Shane's residence. Diddy then instructed defendant Doe 1 to also R-word the plaintiff. Instead of immediately R-wording plaintiff, Doe doused plaintiff with more oil lubricant and then jumped on top of plaintiff's naked and oiled body, treating it like a slip and slide and knocking the wind out of plaintiff due to his enormous size. Doe 1 then
so this is a big person that was with them, and he put more oil on and wanted to feel the effects of the oil too. He didn't want just her to be high off the oil. He wanted some of that too. So he jumped and slipped and slid on her. This is just
caught himself from sliding over plaintiff's oil body and off the bed. He then began R-wording plaintiff from the front.
Oh, wow.
While defendant Doe 1 was R-wording plaintiff, defendant Diddy sat in a chair near the bed and began pleasuring himself while recording plaintiff's R-word by defendant Doe 1.
Jerking the gherkin.
And another party's phone fell in the bed.
Recording it. Jerking the gherkin and recording it. That's where all these videos come from. Recording this actions so we can watch later or sell it later. This is
your plaintiff. Plaintiff then attempted to grab the phone, but it slipped out of her hands and onto the floor due to the oil lubricant that had been doused all over her person by defendants Diddy and Doe 1.
Oh my God.
Defendant Diddy began laughing at plaintiff's attempt to grab the phone. Throughout this violent gangbang R-word, defendant Diddy made constant belittling remarks to plaintiff, including that he owned her now.
Oh my God. She didn't ask for any of this.
Plaintiff's body was becoming more and more limp over the course of the violent R-word until eventually she had no control over her body, nor could she move her body.
From the stuff in the oil.
Finished R-wording plaintiff. Defendant KK entered the room to examine the condition of plaintiff, who was barely able to move or control her bodily functions.
Oh my God. She comes in there to check on the victim to see how the product is doing. Like, oh wow, okay, I'm here. What did I miss? You missed too much. I can't even but to rewind it. It's like you missed a lot of drama, a lot.
KK examined plaintiff to see if she needed assistance and was about to give plaintiff an IV fluid. Plaintiff
Whoa.
cannot be certain if she did or did not receive such intravenous intervention. Defendant KK then opened a different bag, different than the one defendant Diddy removed the oil from, where plaintiff observed several medicine bottles, IV fluid bags, and other unidentifiable powder-like drugs.
That's a crime kit. That's a full-out crime kit. She just had Diddy's assistant had a whole KK is Diddy's assistant to this day. Like or before he was in jail, that was still his assistant. She's in hiding right now. She deleted her LinkedIn page and everything. Like this woman is Diddy's right-hand woman, like Janae Maxwell kind of vibe. I cannot even, you guys. This is so heartbreaking. Imagine this is your mother, your sister, your somebody you love. Okay,
removed a pill from one of the medicine bottles and gave it to defendant Diddy. Defendant Diddy then inserted the pill bottles and gave it to defendant. Defendant KK then removed a pill from one of the served several medicine bottles, IV fluid bags, and other unidentifiable powder-like drugs.
Whew.
Defendant KK then removed a pill from one of the medicine bottles and gave it to defendant Diddy. Defendant Diddy then inserted the pill into plaintiff's mouth and down her throat to where plaintiff had no choice but to ingest the unknown pill.
Oh my
Diddy,
God.
Shane, KK, and Doe then exited the residence to the backyard where they smoked marijuana and cigarettes.
Whoa.
Plaintiff remained in an almost lifeless state in defendant Shane's room until she finally regained her bodily functions. Plaintiff then began looking for her clothes and her purse that contained her car keys, cell phone, but could not discover them in the room or anywhere in the department.
No.
Plaintiff was only able to find a t-shirt on the floor, which she put on the cover of her naked body. Plaintiff also observed a black condom wrapper on the floor of the bedroom, which she assumed was used by one of the defendants, most likely Diddy, during the R word.
Oh my gosh.
Plaintiff then grabbed a knife from the kitchen and headed to the backyard where the defendants were smoking, as that was the only way to exit the premises onto the street.
Now, the condom part is an important part because remember earlier he couldn't put the contraceptive into her because it was already like broken in the package or something. It had been prematurely opened. And so, because I've heard from other cases that he doesn't use condoms, he doesn't use protection. And so that's something that to be noted right there, that she felt the black condom, black thing, the black wrapper for the condom. So maybe some of the DNA may not have been there for the kit that she ends up doing later on. She gets the R word kit done. So very disturbing.
Plaintiff concealed the knife on the left side as she exited the apartment to the backyard area. Upon coming to the exit of the home, which led to the backyard, plaintiff was met by defendant Doe 1, who was standing at the door between the residence and the backyard. By the time plaintiff was able to compose herself and come to the backyard, defendant KK was no longer in the backyard, but upstairs in the patio balcony.
Now remember, she has a knife now. She's hiding the knife. She's wearing a shirt that's not hers, an oversized shirt. She's trying to maneuver her way to get outside without being noticed with the weapon, with the knife that she found in the kitchen. All right.
Defendant Jane Doe. Defendant Doe 1 allowed plaintiff to walk to the backyard where defendant Shane and Diddy were smoking. Defendant Doe 1 did not see the knife that plaintiff concealed on her left side as it was obstructed by the oversized t-shirt plaintiff was wearing. Plaintiff observed defendant Diddy still partially nude from the assault, while defendant Shane and Doe had on their clothing. Defendant Shane then left the upstairs portion of the patio balcony where defendants KK and Jane Doe were already situated.
Wow.
Plaintiff then sat down on a makeshift seat in the backyard when defendant Diddy noticed her presence and remarked that he was surprised she was able to walk because he had given her enough drugs to take out a horse.
Wow.
Plaintiff
So
then asked Diddy
for him to say that means that she was so under the influence in such a adrenaline state that she was forcing her way through consciousness from all the substances that they put her on. Like she was still able to force through that just to be able to stand up for herself.
And he laughed and did not provide a response. Diddy then made further comments to plaintiff in a jovial, friendly manner, asking her why they hadn't partied together before because it was so much fun, and he hadn't had any ass that tight in a while.
Wow. This is disturbing.
Defendant Doe then quipped at defendant Diddy that he probably hadn't had any ass that tight because he's not used to having backdoor interactions with women, which defendants Diddy and Doe 1 laughed at. Plaintiff then told defendant Diddy she did not party.
I think that's a rainbow situation. I think he's saying that he mostly does that with men. And so that's probably why he hasn't had that. So they make it almost like a rainbow joke, like, oh, you're usually with guys, so that's why you haven't got anything that tight. And that is so disturbing that she had to sit there and take that as, she's got attacked.
With him, and she did not enjoy partying with him, and that he R-worded her. Diddy did not like plaintiff's response to his lighthearted commentary and offered plaintiff money and instructed plaintiff to say that the violent R word was consensual and that plaintiff was a sex worker.
Wow, that was consensual.
Plaintiff became enraged and yelled at defendant Diddy that her R word was not consensual. She was not a sex worker, and she refused to take any money from him and would tell the police that he R-worded her.
She refused the money,
Diddy
unlike
then
some
told
people.
Plaintiff no one will ever believe she had been R-worded by him, and if she did tell anyone such, that they would harm her family.
This part right here.
Defendant Doe then showed plaintiff his phone, which looked as if it was the outside of plaintiff's estranged sister's residence.
Wow.
As she could see her sister sitting on the couch and her sister's spouse on the balcony. It looked as if someone was outside the residence streaming this video to defendant one's phone.
Oh my God. How terrifying. Showing your sister's house on a live stream to fear you into being quiet because you're going to do something
This
to your
is
family.
literally like a novel.
So disturbing.
This is like an episode of How to Get Away with Murder, Scandal, but this is somebody's life. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what to say at this point.
Yeah, it's not even done yet. It's not even done.
You could say it sounds unbelievable, but if you're blowing up a rapper's car while he's in the house, you just never really know.
It seems very believable to me based on what his MO.
Plaintiff, while rattled by what she was seeing on defendant one's phone, was still angry about being gang R-worded and was not complying with Diddy's request to take the money being offered to say she would say that it was consensual. Diddy then called his mother in an effort to further convince plaintiff not to report her assault.
He calls her his bad wig-wearing mother.
Diddy's mother yelled at plaintiff to not hurt her son.
Whoa. To not hurt the mother's in on it all.
Plaintiff told Diddy's mother that her son had violently R-worded her. Diddy's mother, seemingly unfazed by the statement, then continued her demands with plaintiff to take the money being offered and not report the R-word to law enforcement.
Oh my God.
Diddy then made further threats that he had gotten off from bigger crimes than this and referred to Tupac again, further antagonizing plaintiff. Doe One then turned.
Referred to remember, he referred to Tupac. Now Doe One is a guy. The guy turns, and this is so he's basically admitting to Tupac.
Pulled his gun on him, asking him to repeat what he said in reference to Tupac.
Wow. Basically admitting guilt to Tupac.
As the two of them were exchanging words, plaintiff went behind defendant Doe One, where he seemingly began to protect plaintiff.
Wow.
Doe One then advanced to defendant Diddy, questioning him over the comments he made about Tupac. During this commotion, a neighbor directly across the street came outside and peered into the backyard and asked what all the commotion was about. Doe One then pointed the gun at the neighbor and instructed him to mind his business and return to his residence. Doe One then turned the gun back on defendant Diddy.
The neighbors did
Plaintiff,
come.
not far behind defendant Doe One, tried to grab defendant Doe One's hand that had the gun. The gun then went.
Now remember this person, because there's gonna be a big twist later on where this John Doe person ends up confessing to the plaintiff, Ashley, that he's an undercover cop. Now that you won't find that out for a little bit, but just remember this person. Remember how this part goes.
Went off and hit a hill behind defendant Shane's residence.
So the gun went off. And hit a hill.
Defendant Diddy then ran up the back stone stairs near the hill in the backyard towards where defendants KK Shane and Jane Doe were. Plaintiff charged towards defendant Diddy, moving the concealed knife from her left hand to her right in pursuit of defendant Diddy. Plaintiff then pushed defendant Diddy from behind while on the stone stairs outside, causing him to fall with his back to plaintiff.
Oh
Plaintiff
wow.
then raised the knife in a rage from the events that just transpired and with the intent of driving the knife into Diddy's back when he turned around and began pleading for his life. Shocked now to see Diddy acting as a victim, had a
So Diddy's on the ground pleading for his life at this point. Imagine Diddy on the ground pleading for his life now that he finally got, she finally got on top of him to fight back.
had a moment of clarity and then turned and ran down the outdoor stone staircase back out to the backyard to escape.
Of course, we all wish she would have slit that throat. We all wish she would have did that, but she was trying to get out alive. So she ran. She had a moment of clarity and
then
ran.
chased plaintiff down the stairs and attempted to push her, but she was already at the bottom of the stairs and gained her footing and wielded the knife at defendant Diddy, grazing his abdomen. Hearing the commotion, KK and Jane Doe emerged, and defendant KK then began administering first aid to Diddy for the injuries caused by plaintiff.
Oh my gosh. Wow, so she's trying to help Diddy now. So her assistant trying to help Diddy because of the injuries from the plaintiff. Wow.
I don't like.
Wow. Instead of helping her.
This one is a rough one, y'all.
He drugs her and helps. KK drugs her and then helps him, allegedly. This is.
Let's see. Plaintiff tried to make a quick dash for the exit, but it was thwarted by defendant Doe 1. After a period of time, plaintiff was able to abscond from defendant Doe 1 due to the first aid commotion with defendant Diddy and was able to run down the street. Once plaintiff made it on the street, she began yelling loudly for someone to call the police. Doe 1, who had now caught up with plaintiff, advised plaintiff that he was an undercover cop. To this day,
that part right there, he caught up to her and said and advised her that he's an undercover cop, and so that's probably why the next part happens with the other cop that comes to the scene.
Unsure of the truth or falsity of that statement. The same neighbor then emerged from his residence asking what was transpiring. Just as plaintiff was attempting to answer, gunshots began being fired in plaintiff's direction.
That neighbor was not scared. That one. Ooh. So then gunshots start going. The neighbors asking questions. Gunshots start going towards them and the neighbor. That's outrageous. Probably Diddy, to be honest, but we'll see. We don't know who it is.
Plaintiff fled to a car near where the neighbor was, also taking cover, and lost sight of defendant Doe 1. Plaintiff then heard an SUV screeching and speeding, leaving the residence. Plaintiff then entered the home of the neighbor, who informed her that he had already called the police. Plaintiff informed the neighbor that it was Sean Combs who had R-worded her and shot at them, but the neighbor was unaware who defendant did.
So it was Sean Combs who shot at them, who R-worded and shot at. So she knows it was Sean. There we go. It was Sean Combs. It was Diddy. Diddy did it.
Diddy was. Shortly thereafter, a sheriff from the Contra Costa Sheriff's Department arrived at the neighbor's home. Plaintiff told the sheriff she had been violently gang R-worded by defendant Diddy and others, and that she did not have her clothes, phone, purse, car keys, or cell phone.
Wow.
The sheriff told plaintiff and the neighbor that they had received several noise complaints prior to the neighbor's call and instructed plaintiff to find a way to get home.
Find a way to get home. Not even caring about what happened to this woman.
The sheriff did not offer to take plaintiff home, nor did he call for emergency services, including an ambulance, nor any offer to take plaintiff to the hospital, nor any offer to help plaintiff recover her clothes or effects from the defendant Shane's residence.
Wow.
Now, okay, so there has to be a 911 call.
That's outrageous.
Like, there has to be a 911 call. So when you're asking for evidence, they're going to have to submit that for sure. Like, there's no way that they couldn't. The neighbor offered to help. Wait, okay, let's go back to that. I can't just glaze over that. The sheriff told plaintiff and the neighbor that they had received several noise complaints prior to the neighbor's call and instructed plaintiff to find a way to get home.
That's craziness. Out of control.
She just said she did not have her clothes, her phone, her purse, car keys, or cell phone.
What cop would say that? What kind of cop would say that unless the cops are under his pocket or in his pocket?
If there's any law enforcement in the chat, anytime that there's shots fired, there has to be bullet fragments. I'm genuinely confused by this.
Yeah, there's
Now
no
we
way.
have heard that Diddy has a fixer, the same guy who was there the night that Michael Jackson was, his life was taken through the propofol.
The fixer that allegedly works with
What
police.
the fixer have been able to fix it that quick, and we do know that guy is in LA. I think his name is like Muhammad. I think it's, but he allegedly he's connected to the LAPD. This isn't the LAPD though.
Everything's connected to California though.
This one is, the sheriff did not offer to take plaintiff home, nor did he call for emergency service, including an ambulance, nor any offer to take plaintiff to the hospital, nor any offer to help plaintiff recover her clothes or effects from defendant Shane's residence.
Yeah. Someone's getting booked to jail. Yeah, exactly. Usually.
The neighbor offered to let plaintiff sleep on his couch until she could figure out a way to get her possessions and get home. But plaintiff declined and only remained at the neighbor's residence for a short period of time once the sheriff left. Plaintiff then went back to defendant Shane's residence where she found the door open and her clothes were readily accessible in the residence. Defendant Shane then emerged as if nothing had transpired and offered plaintiff to stay at his residence while she slept it off.
As if nothing happened.
What did he give her? Like, what was the pill? He said this.
As if nothing happened, she went back in.
Plaintiff asked for her purse and her keys, but defendant Shane told her she couldn't leave in her condition. And plaintiff's catatonic, in the state of shock and disbelief of the events that transpired, stayed at defendant Shane's home while defendant Shane left the home. Later that, these people just
already
shot at you.
That part is crazy, but I mean, she's under influence, so it makes sense in a way.
This is like the Twilight Zone. This is like literally giving the Twilight Zone, y'all.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Okay.
Because it's like, what are you gonna do if you can't
call the police?
You're not even fully
expecting
conscious.
that the police are there to help you. Like, you just experienced the most traumatic thing any human could experience.
That you could ever experience.
Basically, a knife fight. You're being shot at. You have been R-worded by multiple people.
A full movie.
You finally get to freedom, and you are just told, like, what is the officer's name?
Yeah, we need to know that. That's what
were the 911 calls? Because it sounds like it's a decent enough neighborhood. If you hear shots fired, people are going to call the police.
Absolutely. Absolutely going to call the police.
Erica says she just had a remote control in her body. She's not rational by any means. Well, no, I'm not specifically saying her. I'm saying I'm trying to get into the mindset of the police not helping you.
That's the part I'm worried about.
Outside of all the Diddy stuff,
she's under influence.
It's something completely different to feel like you have just gotten away from your abuser to then be told basically F you, you're on your own. This is crazy.
All for the part of the bigger case that's going on. All for the sake of a bigger case, I think. That might be what it is.
Plaintiff asked for her purse and her keys, but defendant Shane told her she couldn't leave in her condition. And plaintiff, catatonic in the state of shock and disbelief of the events that transpired, stayed at defendant Shane's home while defendant Shane left the home. Later that morning, defendant Shane returned to the residence and woke plaintiff up and finally gave her purse, cell phone, and keys, and plaintiff left defendant's residence. In a daze, plaintiff returned home and tried to make sense out of what happened to her. On March 26, 2018, plaintiff contacted her primary care doctor and asked for an HIV and STD test in fear of possibly having contracted a disease from her violent R word. Plaintiff tried to continue her life as she felt she wouldn't be believed, as plaintiff already had told Contra Costa Sheriff's defendant Diddy R-worded her to no avail. Further, plaintiff was under the impression she did continue to say Diddy's name in relation to her assault, she would not be believed and her family would be in danger.
That's the part.
Seemingly mere days, maybe
family.
even the day before plaintiff's vicious R-word, Shane had miraculously began driving a new car. Plaintiff believes this was payment by Diddy for setting up plaintiff to be R-worded.
Wow.
A few weeks later,
paid
in
a
April
car
2018, plaintiff still in pain and reeling from the horrific assault went to the hospital as her injuries had not subsided from the assault.
Oh my God.
The hospital conducted several tests on plaintiff, including an R-word kit, ultrasound, and x-rays. Additionally, plaintiff was given IV fluids to stabilize her vitals as she was in a severe weakened state and from being unable to eat and losing a substantial amount of weight
No
since
way.
the R word occurred. While at the hospital,
Is Shane
plaintiff told
related to
members of her
plaintiff?
treatment team about her horrific
No, it's a
assault,
friend.
and then they
That
contacted
she met.
Walnut Creek Police.
It's a friend of
Walnut
Diddy's
Creek
that she
Police
met at the
showed up to
bar.
plaintiff's hospital room and took a statement regarding her assault on March 23rd. Plaintiff had already
Wow.
told Contra sheriffs about her R word and that it was defendant Diddy who orchestrated it on March 23rd, 2018, which was ignored. Plaintiff declined to refer to defendant Diddy again to Walnut Creek Police because she believed she would be ignored by Walnut Creek Police just as she was by the Contra Costa County Sheriff, and or would be further harmed by Diddy if he discovered she named him to police. Plaintiff only told Walnut Creek Police about the assault from defendant Shane and Doe 2.
I see.
Plaintiff believes her statements made to Walnut Creek Police while at the hospital was captured by police body camera footage. Plaintiff further believes her statements made to the Contra Costa Sheriff on March 23rd, immediately after the vicious assault, where plaintiff named defendant Diddy directly and by name, was captured by police body camera footage.
Wow.
Now, guys, I remember an interview that Erica was doing where she said that she has requested the body camera footage and they refused to give it to her.
Isn't that crazy? They refused to give her the footage.
Oh, Raven said, that's my neighborhood. Wow.
They refused to give it to her. They're in on it. The cops must be in on it. If this is true, they must be in on it. Like, how are you going to refuse to give her the footage?
Midnight Peony says, I'm reading
we
the
get
comments
footage for
and
less
so
crimes.
Having been a victim of SA myself, let me tell you, it can be this bad. Yes, someone can penetrate you with the remote. I'm sorry you went through that, Midnight Peony.
Oh, this is heartbreaking. I feel for her so badly.
Oh, okay. Cali girl, it's pronounced Contra Costa, not Costa. Oh, Costa. Contra Costa, not Costa. Okay. Got it. Thank you. What's up, Banji?
Contra Costa, okay.
Banji says they might have deleted it. Let's talk about that.
Why would they delete it?
All of the other records are there, and you are asking for this particular record, and it shows up that everyone else, all the other records are there, but this one isn't, then I feel like that's evidence right there.
That's dark.
Plaintiff also filed to the Orinda Police Department on April 17, 2018, but again was too afraid to name Diddy as one of her assailants. During this report, plaintiff provided her clothing to the police from the night of the assault, but they only retained her underwear. To date, the underwear was never returned, and plaintiff believes no investigation ever commenced. Plaintiff sought assistance from therapists. So again, guys, we always hear, oh, well, did she do an R-word kit?
She did it all.
She did multiple R-word kits.
She did everything.
Plaintiff sought assistance from therapists in May of 2018, one of which tried to have her therapy appointments covered by a victim's compensation fund, which was rejected because plaintiff was told no law enforcement agency had opened an active investigation into any of her many reports of her violent
didn't even open the case.
R-word. Subsequently, thereafter, plaintiff asked police for a copy of her report from Walnut Creek Police Department. On July 19, 2018, plaintiff was provided a letter from the Walnut Creek Police Department stating that it was unable to furnish this information as it is confidential and not subject to public release, despite plaintiff not being the public and the victim and complainant. On March 2024, the plaintiff was re-traumatized by all of the events surrounding Diddy, including the several civil complaints filed against him, as well as the raid on Diddy's California and Florida residences. Plaintiff called Contra Costa sheriffs again in hopes of renewing her previous complaint and amending it to ensure defendant Diddy's name was included. Plaintiff received no response from the sheriff. In July of 2024, they emailed the chief of the sheriff's office regarding her complaint, lack of investigation, and how she was treated by the initial responding officer. Plaintiff then received a call back from the detective, but nothing further. Plaintiff then began seeking legal counsel for her claims, ultimately being referred to undersigned representation. Undersigned counsel also attempted to get a copy of the 2018 police report from Contra Costa Sheriffs, but was told that they would not provide the report or any information without a subpoena.
Without a subpoena? These should be public knowledge.
Let's see if she's suing the sheriff's department.
She should sue them. That should be public knowledge.
Because
if this is a case, like that's
Sean
outrageous. He
Combs,
needs a subpoena.
Love, Christina Korn, Shane, John
I'm
Doe's.
telling y'all.
No, it
this
doesn't
is-
look like she's suing the police department, or maybe that would be a separate case.
Yeah, I feel like it might be separate. I mean, but the other guy is suing the company that he worked for and Diddy for the what situation that happened in the room that we talked about. That happened in the stock room for Echo.
Let's see.
So,
Defendant
I don't know.
KK is an employee of defendant Diddy and referred to Diddy as his right-hand woman, which is, we know, his chief of staff. Diddy's predatory behavior was constant and was well known by several individuals, including defendant Diddy's employees, staff, friends, family, and associates. In fact, defendant Diddy's sons are being sued for engaging in the same type of deviant behavior as their father. Defendant Diddy was able to effectuate his crimes and evade capture and prosecution from his crimes for almost 30 years due to his position of power and influence in the entertainment industry. Had any of the previous victims of defendant Diddy had been taken seriously, or had any of the abettors like defendants KK,
Did he definitely
Shane,
make
Doe's
the
1, 2,
sheriff
3, or Jane Doe
sign NDA? I don't know.
reported defendant Diddy's actions to law enforcement, defendant Diddy's illegal and unfathomable behavior could have been prevented. Instead, Diddy was able to reign his abuse and terrorism on countless victims for over 30 years.
Over 30 years.
I really hope that the victims are made whole. I mean, as whole as they can be made. You know, they're traumatized forever, but
I think that's
this
it for this
sounds
case.
sadistic.
Absolutely sadistic. Terrifying.
Imagine all the victims that was too effed up to remember, and all those were recruited by his groups.
Yeah, all the ones who are
I hope
actually
I
got
pronounced this right,
trafficked.
Keisha. Respectfully,
all the ones
what
who
the
actually got trafficked.
I'm with you.
Because she fought back, but so many
Houston
people may have
Foodie
been
sounds like something from a sci-fi
under
film.
the influence to get trafficked.
Chemistry.
I mean, she was trying.
Pronounced chemistry. Okay,
but she was able to be.
I'm glad you told me that,
aware
because you know I
enough
would
to
have
fight
that up. Mims, don't forget that John Odie called out the drugs and oil back in his 2008 interrogation.
I can't even.
I
Yeah, John's always a whole different situation right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. This is outrageous, you guys. This situation. Let me go ahead and put my screen back on the bigger screen because, oh, thank you to Mims. Y'all make sure you follow Mims. He's amazing. Love him as a content creator. I watch him every single day. This situation just like blew my mind at the levels of corruption. So my heart breaks for her. I really my heart just really goes out for this woman. She did not deserve to go through what she's going through right now. Zach said I'm speechless. Yeah, honestly, like this is so unfair. It's just so completely unfair that she had to suffer this and go through this as a person. It's just I can't. I have to go right now, but I want to know what you guys feel about the situation. I'm gonna read the poll right now before I leave. So 71% of you guys think that Diddy will get life in prison. 29% of you guys say no. All right, 71%. Hopefully y'all are right. I really hope so. I just want y'all to let y'all know what kind of monsters are out there and to not be all about these celebrities too much. Like there's so many secrets and dark things that are to be hidden. Like he really did. If he did all this, he really did this with such confidence that he would get away with it. You know, complete confidence that he's going to be able to, you know, just skate away from this while he has a woman by his side, not even allowing it, but like fully just helping him commit these terrible crimes, just helping him allegedly, you know. And I hope that she goes down. I hope that she goes to prison for this. Like this is so horrific, and she did not deserve to go through this in any kind of way, shape, or form. You know, she did not deserve this experience that she had to live through. It's not fair. So my heart goes out to this woman. My heart goes out to all the victims who haven't been believed. You know, it's late to believe them, but at least people are believing them now, and I hope that they get the justice they deserve. You know, like I'm gonna stand. If there's another case, I would definitely be sharing it with you guys. It's heavy to go over this kind of content. Said is Shane Diddy's assistant? No, KK is Diddy's assistant. But at this point, I guess the other ones might as well be because Shane bribed her, convinced her to go there, saying that he needed help with opening some medication or something because he's so weak or whatever. Like he brought her there. He's the one that got her there. So it's just very disturbing. Like I'm so just heartbroken for this woman who did not deserve to go through this. But anyway, I gotta go, you guys. Thank you so much for your support. But yeah, this is just something that I need to go step outside and just get some fresh air after this because this is so sad. So, rock on, Mercury. Thank you so much for being part of the show. I appreciate everybody who came through here. Fitness Live. Oh yeah, I'll do the Fitness Live later on tonight because it's about to get dark right now. But all right, rock on, you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for your support. Rock on, Mercuryans. Thank you guys. And Diddy's going down. Diddy is going down. Finally. It's about damn time, to be honest. It's about damn time. All right, bye, y'all.